Welcome to Fabulously Flawed, where the perfectly imperfect come to shine. Marnie, along with her sensational sidekick Taylor, are the mother-daughter duo that puts the fun in dysfunction. Every episode, we unpack the chaos of mental health while sprinkling in the sass of pop culture. We're here to share stories, laughs, and lessons that remind you to embrace your quirks and to never, ever let anyone dull your sparkle. So join us as we celebrate the beauty of being fabulously flawed. Let's get real, let's get raw, and let's get ready to add a little extra shimmer to your day.
Hey, fabulously flawed friends, fabulous family, fabulous listeners. Welcome to Fabulously Flawed. I am your host, Marnie, and joining me is my sensational, spectacular,
oh my goodness,
special, sparkling daughter, Taylor.
Oh my God, I didn't know that was coming.
Do you know what? The dainty thing, the delight that got old. It was bothering me.
Wait, it was
unexpected. I surprised you.
We're literally connected, Mom, because I was sitting here like 2 minutes ago, and in my head, I'm like, I don't know if I love our intro. Like,
do you know what? I know. I picked up on it. We are so in sync.
Oh my God, that's weird. Guys, I swear to God, she like totally read my mind. Like 120 seconds ago, I was thinking, I don't love this whole dainty thing anymore.
I know. I'm a witch. I mean, I am a psychic witch. You can vouch for that.
God, yes, I can.
I think things, I say things, and
it happens.
I manifest the weirdest things. I could talk about going bowling, and all of a sudden somebody will call me and say, hey, you want to come speak at a bowling alley? It's like crazy.
I know. It's like your energy is so strong that it almost
scary.
Like scares and upsets me when you say some things like that I don't agree with about my life. And I'm like, you're attracting the wrong things for me.
Oh, Tay, no, I'm your mother, and I know you don't know. When you're a mother, you'll understand, but I can tell. I knew who was a good friend to you when you were little. I know who's going to be a good guy for you. So as a mom, I want to put you up on a pedestal and have like all the little townsmen, like your bell.
I know.
with your baguette. So watching you date and, and all that stuff, I don't want to watch you like with highs and lows. It makes me sad sometimes.
Oh.
But you're not sad over it anymore.
Yeah, I don't have the highs and lows anymore.
Nope, that's true. Now you go out saying, am I going to like this person?
Right.
Which is a wonderful, wonderful way to do it.
Right, exactly. My whole mindset.
Like, of course they're going to like you, Tay. You can have a boyfriend. You can have 500 boyfriends if you wanted to, but why should you settle? Hello?
No, definitely not settling.
Anyway, back to our episode. We are calling this episode, It's Time to Be Happy Again. And if I was in my studio of my dreams, I'd put on Happy and start clapping,
We're so different.
No. Do you know what? We were in San Francisco, the same flight with Dan Marino.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And in the middle of the street, somebody was doing Happy and people were dancing. So we had done that with Margarita and Zumba. So now I'm like, I have to do my little, And of course, Mitch was like, shh. Let's go. We went with our friends Mitch and Emily, and he did not want me to interrupt his scheduled tour of the day for me to dance on the street.
You heard Pharrell Williams, and
I heard
you had business to take care of.
If I had a magical brown hat, I would have put it right on.
I know. That's funny.
Right?
Speaking of it's not really a magical brown hat, but just a really quick thing. Wicked comes out in like 2 months or something, like so soon.
I know. What does that do with the brown hat?
You said a magical brown hat, so I thought of a magical black hat, like a witch's hat.
Well, see, this is how
Elphaba.
This is how we're connected. Remember, I just said I'm a witch and psychic?
Yeah.
I'm Elphaba. I was thinking that. So, most people, I'm pretty sure, that listens to this, or anyone, you've seen Wicked. So
probably, most likely.
And if you're, pretty much. And when I saw that show, Tay, and I heard Defying Gravity for the first time, I think I dropped my fork or whatever, and I just said, oh my God, that's me.
Yeah, like you keeled over, probably.
Keeled over.
Yeah,
I needed oxygen, pretty much.
I have had a few of those experiences of my own, like when Leah Michelle was 2 feet away from me when I was front row at Funny Girl.
Wow,
my soul left my body every second, so I get it.
And then seeing it on Broadway, but it was just this music that resonates. So this episode, I love that we're calling it It's Time to Be Happy Again, because all we're talking about are things that make us happy. Hello, Broadway, Exhibit A, Exhibit Broadway.
You know who's big? You know what? On starting, like she always posts like manifestations and just all these like good feel good quotes is Dorothy Wang.
Love her.
And every Monday, it's like right on, clockwork. She'll post like, it's Monday, make it amazing. There's no reason not to. And I'm like, that's so true. Like, life's too short. And I posted like a quote this morning that like the right people in your life will stay. Like, they'll be meant for you. Like, it's just time to like, just stop worrying and just be happy, because whatever's meant for you, like, will come to you.
Oh, my baby's listening to me. That's my baby.
Yes.
Circa Hairspray Queen Latifah.
That's exactly what went to my mind.
That's why I did that.
No, like, I have really, really been trusting the universe, and I just know that. Why? Just don't even stress.
How many
Don't
situations can I give you of my life that if they did not happen,
I know.
I'm sitting here recording a podcast with you.
I know.
In our sparkly studio, the healthiest I've ever been emotionally and physically.
No, and I'm so grateful for that.
Look at where I was in 2021, which I'm going to start doing, because I end my story in my book, True to Myself, Peace, Love, Marni on Amazon.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to up it to 10,000. If you read my book and you don't find yourself inspired in one way, I'll give you 10,000.
All right, I got to read your book and find myself uninspired so I get this $10,000 cash prize you keep talking about.
It has to be somebody who doesn't know me.
I know.
But people read the book and it's the most abnormal, dramatic shit that it's never even... When I say you can't make this stuff up, it's because there's no story that even comes close to anything I've gone through. So the right person is going to create it when it's supposed to.
Oh,
Marni the musical.
Oh, for sure. So
the best thing that happened to me today, this morning, I got an email from my agent, Giselle.
Oh, I love it when you say my agent, like you sound so cool and official.
You don't understand, okay? My favorite words, and I've instilled them to you, are lights, camera, action.
Yes.
When you were learning to talk, I taught you to say, I'd like to thank
the Academy. Oh,
That's
my
right.
God. I have heard that has been imprinted in my brain, ingrained on my skull. I'd like
your
to
name
thank
is,
the Academy.
My name is Taylor Reese. I'd like to thank the Academy. That was your stage name from birth. I mean, it was just Taylor Reese. That was on your headshots. I love you, Paul. Best head. Paul has taken the best pictures of us. The one of you and I when you were 9 months old.
I know, the one you're obsessed with.
Because I've never looked so pretty but happy. Like I was glowing.
Because it's giving like Cindy Crawford, Julia Roberts, Leah Remini, like all like mixed into one.
Hey, I love you.
Is that so nice of me to say?
Wait, do you need anything? Seriously, like
It's $10,000, but other than that, no, I just love you.
No, I love you so much. So anyone who reads my book that cannot say that. I mean, I walked into the NIH, National Institute of Health's bookstore. Like, excuse me, is the manager here? Like, it's Hallmark or Barnes and Noble at the mall. And I'm like, here's my book, and trust me. And then to have my book in the window.
No, guys, it's really epic. You know, the National Institute of Health. Hello, Dr. Fauci, circa COVID 2020, whatever, the whole big thing. It's this huge, extremely important,
the most prestigious medical research hospital in the world.
Institution, probably in the world. And your book is sitting in the like glass window
when they all
store in the lobby of this place.
I know.
That is...
if
you don't do anything else for yourself ever in life, like that is one thing like to be so proud of.
Do you know what's crazy, Tay? The episode that I just wrote a blog, which will be, you can read on on our website, about imposter syndrome, and that's something I suffer from because I look at myself and what I've accomplished just in these past 5 years, where I feel like I've spent 5 lifetimes. Wrote a book, started a podcast, write for Newsweek, spoke to American Airlines. I have my podcast. I've had book signings at Barnes and Noble.
Various speaking engagements. Like, let's not forget those.
TV interviews.
Like, oh my God, radio interviews. Everything, Mom. Literally, look at you. Just like you spent like just 10-15 seconds just now listing all of your things.
What's
like
crazy?
That's epic.
And like, so I say to myself, what am I holding myself back for? And I know I held myself back because of my physical vanity. I didn't like how I looked with menopausal 20 pounds weight. I didn't like how my teeth looked. So I spent so much time behind and not sharing myself because of my vanity.
I also think it wasn't just your physical appearance.
Emotionally, I was not
think
healthy.
In fact, that's what it is. Emotionally,
I was not. I've
You
been
weren't
building.
healthy.
I have been.
which made you think your
Correct.
physical appearance
Thank
wasn't
you.
good enough. So it all, goes back to the mental issues.
That's so true.
Duh.
I will be healing the rest of my life.
Yeah.
My awareness of everything. And again, no one has to. Again, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You could think it's the weirdest thing that when I am, washing the carpet, I don't know, I don't want to be spoken to.
Yeah.
You're like, why? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. We don't have to understand. Just, okay, and just, it doesn't matter how weird we are. We accept each other.
Of course. And life,
without judgment, because we used to, and it was horrible.
yeah, for sure. I did. But now I lead a life with like no judgment, with not even just, my personal affairs, but in general, because it all kind of leads back to our episode title. Like, it's time to be happy. Like, literally, I see all these quotes all the time that, like, dude, like, life just isn't that serious. And it's not. It's
Hey,
really not.
when you don't think about stuff, and you just live your life doing what you like, stuff happens. But you're going to take this moment, and I say the same little sound. We cannot rewind and go back and say, okay, let me do this day over again. Doesn't happen. I've spent too many years. Listen to me, people. I am begging you. I have spent years upset, years worrying why people did things to me. No, it's okay.
Cry. Actually, no, it's healthy to cry.
Why people hurt me. And then I was like, I can't sit here spending every day angry anymore.
Life's too damn short, Mom.
And that's when in 2019, I was just, I can't take it. I need to share my story and heal.
And look how many lives you've changed since.
I know.
Most importantly, your own life, that you have turned yourself around and have become this shining, miraculous star. But the people you've touched along the way, me most importantly, you have shaped me in my most like fundamental brain developing years, like as I transition from a young adult into, my mid-20s. And so like I've had your wisdom and your guidance, and I don't know if I would have had, like, I think it was important for you to hit rock bottom, like when you did, because like I've just watched you build yourself up when I needed it too. And I just think like it aligned so well. And I'm just grateful that,
thank you, sweetheart.
Every day you get a little bit healthier.
I do. I am so happy, and I used to like want to fear happiness like most of us do.
Yeah.
Like we're afraid of joy to have it taken away.
I know.
And
there's this song, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there's this song called Beautiful Things by Benson Boone. He's one of a newer artists. He actually just opened up for Taylor in London at one of her shows. And he says, please stay, or like, God, please don't take these things away from me, because like what you give me, you can take away. He was saying to God, like to the universe, what you give me, you can take away. And people fear happiness. Sorry, I like couldn't get my words out.
But
yes.
I have learned to embrace joy and say I deserve it. Like sometimes when I'm with Daddy and we're doing something and he's just the sweetest thing, and I'm like, yes, Marni, you deserve this. For years, I've pushed people.
Of course you deserve this, Mom. I love how this has turned into like an impromptu therapy session. Let it out. Cry. I cried last week.
Right. That's true. Everyone's going to start bringing tissues when they turn this on.
Exactly. It's like they know that when they turn this on, that someone's going to be crying.
Tissues with Tay.
Tissues with Tay, yeah.
And
moments with Marni.
Moments with Tay. Exactly. But this is so real. You can't script this stuff. So I now know, like, when things are happening, I got an email this morning from, going back to that, my agent.
Sorry, I totally interrupted.
That's okay. Hello, you're preaching. My middle name is Interrupt. Interrupt Coleman.
It is.
But see, now I know it's my ADHD that does it. All these years, I just thought, I didn't mean to be rude. It's just my brain is just a step behind,
Yeah, of course.
So I got an email from Giselle, who was my agent, who I worked with at the Green Agency, who's just the most remarkable, sweetest, cutest. I just love her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I call her Giselle. Like, I don't even know how to say Giselle. That's like, it's like her like your middle name. You don't say that. Like when you're a child, you don't say Taylor Reese. It's just Tay. So it's like she's Giselle. I can never call her Giselle.
Yeah.
So she emailed me this morning that my headshot or my profile is right next to John Cicada's and Peter Miller, who was an actor who I've auditioned since I was with TR, on her website for motivational speakers. John friggin' Cicada.
I know.
No, you don't
Talk
understand.
about So fucking amazing.
I manifested this. First of all, Giselle to call. All I wanted to do was talk on a stage. That's all I want to do is talk and motivate people. And
you were born to do that. You
I was. But, you know, all these years, I haven't been at a green agency, 19 years. Still, of course, you keep in touch with people. I mean, that was the happiest time in my life. We didn't have anywhere to live, Tay, but I loved going to work every day.
And that's,
Isn't that amazing?
And that's, you know, how you know you were absolutely in the right place.
Where I was supposed to
be.
So when she called me a few weeks ago to see if she could represent me, it was, are you friggin' kidding me? Like, I thought she could hear me scream over, you know, where she is. So today when she emailed me that my picture is next to John Cicada, I'm like, okay, first of all, our John Cicada connection. I just have to tell you really quickly. So when Brie went to go see the show, Conga, Gloria Estefan show.
Okay, is that on your feet? Is that what it is? Oh no, never mind. I'm wrong.
On your feet, yeah. When she went, it was here at Hard Rock.
Okay.
And the first thing I said to her was John Cicada in it? Because he was a part of Miami Sound Machine.
Yes.
Then I'm going to go backwards. When we were in the fashion show for Miami Children's Hospital, Radio Lollipop, we were in a fashion show, and John Cicada's wife owned the store Jacati in Aventura Mall, and you were the little model, and we walked down the stage together, which of course we're going to be replaying now. I mean, and then
you're gonna, like, make me redo it with you.
But even years before that, when his song Angel came out, my best friend at the time, Carrie Lesser, we were like, loved that song. We loved Angels, shocker. You know, that was just our song. It was everything. And it was her birthday. So I gave her this Angel like music box, and inside of it were the tickets to John Cicada.
Oh, I love that. So cute.
Right? Of course.
I know you come up with the best things.
So creative.
Yeah,
I know.
so creative. Yeah.
So John Cicada is just been part of like my Miami culture, and here I am now on a website,
which all goes
like, who should we pick? Marnie or John?
I know, right? Like,
are you
the fact that you're even being in the same sentence compared, it's like,
no, you don't. So by being Marnie, my authentic, silly, fun Marnie, the right things have gravitated to me.
I was just gonna say what you said 10, 15 minutes ago, whatever it was, how you were like, just my life, like, just look like. I'm a testament to that. Just let it happen.
Just chill.
Just chill.
There's nothing.
Chill. That's God. I need to get that tattooed on my forehead. Just chill.
Just
chill because I really just need to chill.
Jay, look at where I have been. Think of the moments when you've had to rescue me. Think of the moments of how dark. I don't think it gets any darker than that. And look at us now with pink sparkles behind us.
I know. Trusting the universe.
Hey, I didn't say I need an agent. Oh my God, who's going to represent? Never in a million years. I loved representing. I never thought I'd be the representee. I mean, come on.
I know. No,
so
I truly believe that happiness will come to me and just be, and I'm ready to accept it at all times.
Here's the thing. Their obstacles are not, they're detours, not failures. I want everyone to understand that.
Absolutely.
Obstacles are just detours. You may not like it, but you know what? You make it, and if you don't like the left, then you go right. Everything happens. Like when I tell people, you think about all the bad. Like, what if this bad thing happens? Look at all the good. Like the best friend you have, anybody. How did you meet your best friend? It was circumstances that put you where you were supposed to meet your best friend.
Right, of course.
So you got to trust life. If you trust everything that's good that has gone on with your life, you got to trust the bad.
You know what?
Also.
I like that because I actually don't think about it that way. When I think about my life, I'm like, I never really stop to think about all of the, I think about,
think of
bad stuff that's happened. Sorry, I can't get my words out, but I don't normally think about, wait a second, this incredible thing has happened to me. This incredible thing has happened to me. It just means it's going to keep happening.
Think of what you are, not what you're not.
Yes.
That's all I do.
It's kind of like when you ask me if I see the glass half full or glass empty, or
right,
half empty, half full. I'm working on seeing it, not going, some days I see the glass half empty, some days full. I'm working on always seeing the glass half full.
I'm just happy to have a glass.
Yeah. See, and I want to get to that point where I'm just happy to have a glass.
Like, I don't.
Now, I will give myself, you are 30 years older than me, so you do have some more experience, but I think I'm, getting the ball rolling.
I think I've saved you and Brianna my cause, my corporate cause. Brianna's got my next interview, which will be played on Wednesday after my Newsweek. So I'm excited.
Are we going to do Cosmos with Cause?
Oh, of course we are.
Yeah.
I mean, I call her Cosmo when you broke your leg. How do we say it?
Tibia. I would say, when everyone would ask me, I'm like, my tibia. And I romanticized it.
Right? But this shouldn't shock anyone that you had a choice of colors, so I chose Tiffany blue. You were 12 years old, and I put rhinestones all over it, and you were not allowed to sign the cast
unless it was a gold or silver
marker.
Sharpie. Yep.
Like
so
somebody-
guys, we literally put rules on. I was 12. And we're like, you 11-year-old boy, you can't sign my cast unless you have a gold Sharpie.
Brianna probably came running past it.
I definitely kept them on deck for sure.
How abnormal! I turned your leg into a chandelier.
You literally took rhinestones and glued them.
I did.
To my cast.
If you were going to walk around with that thing up your thigh, it was
know.
going to look good.
I know. And
So I remember the teacher went to write with like, no.
I know,
My mom
don't-
said silver and gold.
that is absolutely hysterical. I actually was just telling that story to someone the other day. She had to, her daughter has a little baby. Her baby daughter needed the helmet. So she was saying how she was putting stickers on it to make it more girly. And I was like, I did something like that.
I would have had Swarovski crystal
I
for
know.
you.
I know. What'd you call it?
I couldn't pronounce it properly. I was like
Swarovski.
Swarovski. I was like looking at Hershey trying to talk at the same time.
Sorry, I'm like judging the way you say designer brands, Mom.
No.
What was that?
I'm looking at Hershey.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the crystals as I'm looking at Hershey, and the words just got mushed together.
Yes, no, I get it. You
So,
get a pass. You get a pass.
thank
But yeah,
you.
you made my.
It would have been crystal bedazzled. It would have what Paris Hilton
And that
would
was
have
in
had.
2012. So think about if it were today, we would have, I don't even know, made my wheelchair. I was in a wheelchair.
Oh no, it would have been all sparkly.
I know.
Like,
Like,
it
we
would have been. It would have played music. It would have been bedazzled.
Yes.
It would have been so. It would have had a mini fridge, a fan.
I'm peeing. It would have, oh my, that is hysterical. Yes. So that is, oh wow, I love
Oh my God, we'd have pink handle, rhinestone handles.
No, it would be totally pimped
But
out.
when I talk about Brianna, guys, this girl, Brianna, when she was 11 years old, wheeling Taylor in the wheelchair, giving her pedicures, not just painting the toes, but the cuticles and
Oh no, we've
everything.
touched on this before. We've said how Brie got down and dirty as a nail tech
No, I've never seen.
when it was needed most.
No, and then she was there for the cast. Let's go to the next level of
I know, removal.
cast,
We
and then
actually
the removal.
Mhm.
It was like
No,
a ceremony.
The whole process. I know it was a whole thing. And
Wow, it's funny because Cosmo came because for some reason I
I
adopted
know where
another
Cosmo came from.
the dog, but he was not nice to my Juicy. And today's National Dog Day. I can't even look at the pictures. My baby girl had to be put to sleep 2 years ago.
Oh, and do you guys know that my parents, I was away at college, they said, oh, we're just taking Juicy to the vet. And then an hour later, my dad calls me and says, she's dead.
No,
I'll
we
never
didn't say
forgive
that.
you.
We said we had to put her to sleep.
Okay.
We would never say
Well,
that.
okay. I was exaggerating, but
No,
it was
yes.
essentially, it was 1 minute you're telling me she's going to the vet for the checkup, the next minute she's dead.
Because
that's
they
how it
said
went. And I'm 5.5 hours away, helpless.
No, that dog came. It's funny that we say this because I was driving with Daddy yesterday right down Embassy, and I go, this is the exact spot where I named Juicy, right outside the townhouse.
Because you had your pink
Keychain.
shoes,
It's like,
Juicy.
you said, what should we name her? I looked down, and the universe planted my keychain
Yeah.
that happened to say choose Juicy. I go, Juicy it is. And you were 9 years old,
Can
8
you
or
believe
9.
this February will be 3 years
No.
without her? 3
So
years.
when it's National Dog Day, so when
Yeah.
and you know what I'm that I love about our fur babies, that I can't wait to live in my farm and have just
I know
so many of them.
You're gonna have like 20 dogs.
Oh my gosh, you understand? But if dogs could talk, they would be so mean to our Hershey because God blessed us. Her Juicy waited to stay alive to give us Hershey.
I know.
So somebody said to Dad, do you want a golden doodle? And you're like, okay. Now, I was just coming back into life from being in a traumatic, devastating, horrific state.
For like 3 years.
Pretty much. So we get this puppy, and you hear golden doodle, and Juicy had to be put to sleep 3 days later. So she gave her approval. And so when I got back from the vet, there's two things about Hershey. I got back from the vet, and this new puppy's here, and Kelly Clarkson happened to have been on, and Donny Osmond was singing what they call it puppy love. So he consoled me via Donny Osmond. Okay. But if dogs could talk, because if dogs could talk, they would say, you're not a golden doodle. Why are you not brown? Why are you black? And why do you look like a golden retriever? Like, you're no doodle.
I know, he literally is like I say he's a black retriever.
So what he is, I had to look it up. He's a floodle. He's Hershey's dad's a flat-coated brown retriever, and his mom is a black standard poodle. So we thought we were going to get a fluffy doodle.
We got the opposite.
So when I saw the collars, of course, I picked the Elphaba green one.
I know.
I mean, hello. And he became our Hershey. But if dogs would be so mean, because they would say, where's all your fluff? Where's your grooming? Because he doesn't have only doodle in him, or oodle is his ears.
I know, and that's hardly anything. It's like waved and not even curls. He's totally not a golden doodle.
You don't even know what he is, but that's why he's part of us, because he's unique. There's no other kinds of dogs. When you see people like he's a golden doodle, they're like, no, he's not. I'm like, no, he is.
I know.
They're like, lady, he's not.
Of course, our dog
has to be something that
different and doesn't fit in.
Doesn't fit
in. Are totally.
I'm so happy dogs don't talk, because they would be so mean to him.
I'm not. I wish Hershey was able to talk, because instead of talking, Hershey barks, and because Hershey's almost 100 pounds, his bark sounds like a wolf.
No, I know, but I'm
howling
just saying
in the woods.
But like, can you imagine like the big
except in our tiny suburban home,
the mini, like the mean girl group of dogs? They would be like, you're not a doodle. Woof, woof.
I've noticed you're really stuck on that thing. If dogs could talk, they'd be so mean to Hershey.
Because I have been Hershey. I have been the Hershey. I have been the awkward one.
I know.
And people have told me what they thought of me. When I was in high school, and I've told this story, when they threw the papers, I was 15 years old. And
it's so cruel of me, but I'm like, it's so Regina George. I love it, but it's horrible that I don't. I mean,
if it was someone else.
I don't mean like I actually love it. It's just I love the parallels to Mean Girls.
Okay, it was 161 ways to describe Marnie M. But okay, and it wasn't.
I'm sorry,
it was not spectacular, sensational. It was fat whore, this, that. It was the most. I don't even think those words anymore. But
okay, maybe I'm not trying to glamorize it. I was just
No, it's okay. But what I'm trying to say is, things stick with you. So when I talk about being the misfit, I was the misfit. Nobody who's not a misfit would have that happen to them.
No, I know how you're literally drawing the parallels between you and your dog, which is
correct.
If that's what you got to do to like make sense of things, do what you got to do.
Just like
man.
I tell people, even if it's your rock you're living for, find one thing to live for. Whatever it is, just something, dig into something that you don't even realize you love, or a hobby you used to do. I'm going back to dancing because I can't take it anymore. Justin from New York, this guy does these dances. He is the most delicious dancer, and he is going to be in Miami this Saturday. So at 10 o'clock, I am going to be doing my Shake It Off. I watch him and I smile ear to ear because he's just the best dancer. So I'm going to film it, and you know what? Let's make a little like a vlog about it. Going back to dance.
That would make you see, to end our episode. You know what? I'm going to make this I think we should end every episode with one, like we each say one thing that makes us really happy or grateful. But because the theme of this episode is happiness, I say we each right now, I feel like I'm in like, daycare,
group
and
therapy.
I'm like, yes, everyone say your, positive thing or whatever. But what would you say makes you the most happiest, or one of the things that makes you most happiest? Dancing?
Speaking on a stage and dancing.
Okay.
Truly. Just like being in the spotlight of just doing my thing.
Okay.
Two different elements. Dancing on a stage, actually, if you want to know.
There
really.
we go. That's actually the grand finale. Dancing on a stage. That's what makes you happy.
The piece de resistance.
Oh,
the dancing on the stage.
Yes.
That is because Oprah, when the audience would come in, she would have them stand up and dance a little bit, then sit down, because it's proven about dancing. You motivate a little, you laugh. So I want my own show.
Yeah,
I want my own show.
Yeah, okay.
I want to be Kelly Ripa. Okay.
And one day you will be Marnie Goldman.
Oh, I love you. So,
what makes me happy?
Oh yeah, what makes you happy, sweetheart?
It's okay. It's your
Such a
narcissism. I
narcissist.
know. It's okay. What about me? I'm gonna be ultra specific, so I have something to say every day. Something that makes me really happy is when I don't have any responsibilities left for the day, and I just drive blasting my music when it's sunny out.
What song do you choose normally?
Like I have this playlist. I mean, it depends. I've been in a Gracie Abrams mood, Charlie XCX mood, Taylor Swift mood, but then there's also this playlist, this like indie pop playlist. You're not gonna know about
it's okay.
it, but I love listen when I have like no responsibilities left for the day, and I'm like responsibility free. My brain is kind of like free to think about whatever. I just love to drive and listen to music.
That's so.
That makes me happy. I feel peace in that moment,
and that's therapeutical. They tell you, get in your car. That's why when Daddy drives, I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, no, I love it. It's very therapeutical.
No, I'm a driver. I get it from Dad. We like to drive. I would drive to China if I could.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. But I used to not like road trips because I didn't realize I wasn't comfortable with my surroundings and me. Now I love it. I mean, it's fun.
We're road
it's chill.
trip fam.
We really have become one. I can't wait to get the La Mesa van.
I know. One step at a time.
Wait, La Mesa people, let's work something out. We need
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, and we will take our podcast on the road in our La Mesa van. Okay, Brianna.
Sign me up for that,
no,
like-
we got to do this. La Mesa, I watch
Sign me up.
we watch your commercials all the time, and that's my goal. So I am going to call you La Mesa people. So
right,
on that note, guys, don't forget to follow our store.
Fabulously Flawed with 2 Ds on Etsy.
And I want everyone to look in the mirror. Remember what you are, not what you're not, because we're all filled with good. We're filled with everything.
And do at least one thing today that makes you happy. Try to make it 2, but if you can't get there, one will be fine.
And never let anybody dull your sparkle, and never, ever, 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 ever let anyone burst your bubble. Have a fabulous day, guys. Have a terrific Tuesday. We love you.
We love you.
Thank you for tuning in to Fabulously Flawed. Remember, every Tuesday and Thursday, it's your time to join Marni and Taylor, the mother-daughter duo that's redefining family time with a twist, putting the fun in dysfunction, one episode at a time. Craving more? Visit us at fabulouslyflawed.com. And don't miss out on the feel-good vibes with our exclusive merch at fabulouslyflawed.net. That's with 2 Ds on Etsy. Keep your sparkles shining and spread that fabulous energy.